Buying a vehicle in the Wabash Valley has never been so easy. Just point, click, and take your pick at DorsetAutomotive.com. New or pre-owned, you call the shots. Go ahead and give it a try. Point, click, and take your pick now at DorsetAutomotive.com.
Well, I'll start with a positive. I thought we had more energy tonight. It was something that I've been talking about for a couple days and put on the grease board before the game. Let's play with some more energy. I just think we've been stuck in the mud a little bit lately, and so the energy aspect was better. But I think we lost the game the last 2 days in practice. We just haven't been practicing as well as a good team needs to right now. We got to go after each other a little bit harder, a little bit more. I have to do a better job correcting the mistakes and getting these guys right, because we have good guys on this team, and it's frustrating, but we're not as together as you need to be. Any championship caliber team has good chemistry, and ours isn't bad, but it's not near where it needs to be. And when you're not playing as well as you'd like individually, it's a harder thing for young men to do. I commend Southern because they came in losing 4 in a row, and they were together. They were energized. They were pulling for each other. Barry did a great job, as he always does. And that's a tough team to deal with. Those guys are good enough to be right in the hunt at the end, but so are we. So we have to continue to work to get better. Score 78 points at home. It should be good enough to win. But when you can't guard and you're not following your defensive assignments and making way too many mistakes at that end, it's tough.
Questions, please. Yeah, Greg. The energy may have been there, but the execution isn't. And how do you cross that divide right now with this team?
Just got to keep working. You know, earlier in the conference year, we were a better practice team, and we were still making mistakes. But we were competing and we were flying around. We were playing a little bit more energized. Now, I think we did that again tonight. But that's been an Achilles heel of ours all year. Guys will take turn having breakdowns and making mistakes, and if you're not locked in and together at the defensive end, and you got a guy like Anthony Bean, if the guy on the ball guarding him doesn't do the right thing, he's going to score it. If a guy that's helping doesn't do his job, it's tough. And we have a lot of guys, from our best defenders to guys that aren't our best defenders. We have a lot of guys making different mistakes, and it's just, I mean, you could go right down the list, especially towards the end of the game there, with a missed shot and a second shot, or a foul at the end of a shot clock, or something in transition, not getting matched up and communicating. We put a lot of time and effort into it, and we should be better than what we are right now.
Coach Henderson talked about, they came in losing 4 straight, and they had a fire in their belly tonight. You played harder, but it still doesn't seem like that fire's there. How do you get that fire back? I mean, it was just 2 weeks ago that you knocked off. How do you get that back?
If you're a competitor and a scholarship basketball player, you shouldn't have to. A coach shouldn't have to be a cheerleader. Really shouldn't. But you're right, we don't have that, and they had that tonight, and we're still right there with the chance to win. So I think if we can find a way to get that back, which we're going to need to, otherwise we don't have a chance to win any of the games that we have on our schedule. But if we get that back, we got a chance to win all of them. And believe me, we've been trying a lot of different stuff. But it boils down to the guys wanting to do it for each other. I thought Southern looked like they wanted to do it for each other. They were excited for each other tonight, and we just have not been like that. When stuff is tough and we make mistakes, we get into our own mind a little bit, get into our own head a little bit. I hate bad body language, and we got 2 or 3 guys at different times that may do that, and then it affects the whole team. And you have to be able to work through mistakes, and you have to play better.
It was a big game for you. Almost brought you guys back there in that second half. Just how great was it to see? I mean, in both ends of the floor, he was doing work for you guys.
Who?
Tonight. Niels.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's the type of player we think Niels can be, especially with Matt struggling the way he's struggling. We got to get him out of that. But Niels is very capable, and he took advantage of it and played very aggressive tonight. I like the fact he had 4 offensive rebounds, a couple assists, and a block as well. But he's a good player, and we need that out of a lot of different guys. We need that out of your guys that are coming off the bench, because we got a couple guys that get a lot of attention on the offensive end. So even if our scores aren't scoring, those other guys need to be able to step up. And I thought Niels did a great job.
Greg, fire in the belly is one way to put it. sense of urgency is another. I mean, the pattern for the home games this year has been, other than the Evansville game, has been fall behind in the first half and then find a way to fight back, which you did in several games. But these guys are putting themselves in a bad spot in a lot of games, and how do they get it through that to their head that they're, that it's not always going to turn out their way? I mean, clearly that didn't happen.
We've shown that, yeah. Well, I guess it's why people don't want to coach, or why you shouldn't coach, because you have your lives in the hands of 18 to 22-year-olds, and I tell these guys all the time I love them, and I'm struggling with it too. I really am. You shouldn't have to coach someone to get a fire in their belly. You shouldn't have to have team meetings and individual meetings nonstop to beg. You just shouldn't have to beg them to play, and it falls on the head coach. I mean, I'm not doing a good enough job. I have to find a way. I have to do something, and I'm gonna keep trying. I've tried a bunch of different things. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna find a way, because if we go down, we go down swinging, and I'm gonna go down swinging. But it's frustrating. We need to be better. We need to be coached better. Guys need to hold each other accountable if we're going to get this thing turned around.
Greg, how do you take a game like this and put it in the past and actually move forward from it? Because these types of losses can kind of linger sometimes, especially this deep of the season.
Yeah, I just want to get playing better, and we watch tape. We go through the tape, the positives and the negatives. Try to learn from the last one, but it's been a problem of ours. We continue to make same guys making the same mistakes at different times, maybe not as frequently as before, but we have to be better than that. And in practice, maybe I got to change the way we're doing things a little bit. I don't know, but you have to put it behind you, because you can't let this game get you beat on Saturday. We have to go over there and we have to get a road win. I think every win from here on out, or every game from here on out for us is a must win. But we have to practice better. We have to practice better if we're going to play better. The energy was better, but I think we lost the game the last 2 days in practice by not practicing well enough.
Greg, late in the game, when you fought back and took the lead, SIU punches back a little bit. It seemed like the response offensively was selfish a little bit. I mean, does there need to be a little bit more structure for these guys to run what you guys want to run in situations like that? I mean, a lot of guys putting their heads down and driving the basket and that kind of thing.
Should there be more structure? Probably at different times. I know fans and whoever can get a little frustrated at times with Devontae going in there or Brenton going in there, but they've also done a lot of good things and scored and get to the free throw line a little bit. People are trying to take them away, and they have to make plays for other people more than probably what we're doing. But other guys have to step up too. I know how competitive those two guys are, and when somebody will turn it over or we won't get a basket, they want to get us a basket. They want to help us try to win. So yeah, our structure could be a little better. Again, that's on me. They should we need to listen a little bit better. I was out of timeouts there. I had one timeout left there with 6 minutes to go when we were up 2, so I couldn't really use one to burn one when they made a run. About that 4-minute timeout, I really would have liked to have used one there, and maybe I shouldn't have, but I needed to save something. These guys aren't selfish guys. I think it's a competitive nature. We do get into our own stuff and try to do too much stuff ourselves at times. But our offense was good enough to, we made some bad plays down the stretch trying to force things. But if you defend better than what we defended tonight, that's not an issue.
Is that as good as you've seen Bean play, Greg?
I've seen him do a lot of good things. Oh, man, I'm telling you, he's so good one-on-one. And I tell every NBA guy I talk to just that he can get his own shot. He can get his own basket. And when he continues to learn to be able to treat those other guys, when people are trying to take him away, he's going to make a lot of money. But he got going right away, and when you let, they hadn't been shooting very well, and listen to Barry and his stuff, we let him and Smith Peters right from the start get a couple open looks, and when guys that have been struggling see that ball go through the net, and I could tell he was feeling it and he was searching it out and just kind of toying with us a little bit. We didn't make it as tough as we needed to, but he is outstanding. outstanding one-on-one basketball player.